Welcome to Six Pack Cinema. We are talking about the Netflix original movie, The Highwaymen, all about the Texas Rangers who brought down Bonnie and Clyde, starring Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson. Kathy Bates made an appearance as well. Let's get into this one. I started this too late. Well, I'll fix it.
Dude, you should have been Rosie. Okay.
All right, welcome to Six Pack Cinema. My name is Jimmy. I got my two co-hosts, Dave and John, here. Today we're talking all about The Highwaymen. So either you watch The Highwaymen on Netflix and you're perusing the podcast app, trying to find a review of it, and you chose ours. We thank you for that. Hope you enjoy. If you're a repeat customer, we thank you for joining us as well. How it works here in Six Pack Cinema is we do our gut reaction to the movie, and we discuss everything we liked, we didn't like, what we would have liked to see different, and we give it our ratings. We got a popcorn rating out of 5 stars and a critical rating out of 100. And that's about it. So let's dive right into the good stuff. Gut reaction to The Highwaymen. John, you had a rough episode last week when we did Us, so I'll let you go off first here.
Oh, okay, that's kind of you. This movie was tailored to me. I think it was one of those movies that I sat down and I got hooked right away. I never even saw a trailer for this. I just saw Highwayman, Kevin Costner, Woody Harrelson. I'm in, awesome. And I didn't even find out it was about Bonnie and Clyde until about 20 minutes before I even turned it on. Holy shit, I love this from beginning to the very, very end. Even until the last credit rolled, I was not about to leave my computer, unlike Dave. So, pretty high on this movie.
Okay, wow. Nice. Dave?
I also liked it. I don't think I loved it as much as Sheehan.
No,
I liked it, but I think this movie is also the epitome of a dad movie.
Oh, fuck off.
If I showed this movie to my dad, he will fucking love this movie.
That's interesting. I'll say this. This movie, I don't have much to say bad about it, but I don't have much to say, like, fantastic about it. I think it was cookie cutter. Someone posted this on Reddit, and I agree with it so much. Every scene played out how you thought it should play out.
Yes, there was no surprises in this movie.
Or there was nothing like, ooh, didn't see that. I didn't know that was going to happen. So it was very much like, this is the true story of the guys who captured Bonnie and Clyde. Actually, I take it back. There's like 2 things that I thought they did that were fantastic. I liked the movie, but I don't know if it's like critical praise, if you get what I mean. Like,
yeah, no, I think that's
this weird mix where, like, I definitely enjoyed sitting down and watching it.
Well, but I wouldn't like rave about it to anyone.
It's tough to have. You just said that every scene played out exactly how you expected it to do. It's tough to have a surprise or like big wow moment in a movie about a story that's been told a billion times. It's a historical event. Bonnie and Clyde are a big deal. Everyone knows. I mean, at least maybe it's because I knew the story before I watched the movie because I love crime stuff.
Oh yeah, but I know the story too.
Yeah,
no, but like these people aren't how we talked about like Bohemian Rhapsody and other biopics where like if you're going to see the movie for those people, then you shouldn't change it. Nobody's watching this movie for these real life people because nobody knew who they were for the most part. Exactly. The story is about Bonnie and Clyde. So they could have added shit, could have like had surprises in there that like intrigue you more. Yeah. And they didn't have to be such a slave to historical fact.
But I don't see that as a con. I mean, it was just a story that no one actually. I mean, I know very well the story of Bonnie and Clyde, but I never really knew the story of the Texas Rangers that got them there, that killed them. I didn't know that they were disbanded and this was like a last ditch effort. There's a lot of little things they didn't know about that weren't like big wow moments, but they're just like little fun facts sprinkled across the screen.
Yeah, I'm not really saying it as a negative at all. I just
No,
thought
I understand that.
I thought it summed it up well. I liked the movie though. There was a sense of me where
Fucking Cubs. Sorry.
I have a weird sense in this movie. This sucks to even voice because I love Kevin Costner. Where I was like, is Kevin Costner a bad actor? And then I was like, and has he been one forever? And I just loved him. I don't think it's true. I don't think his performance was especially special in this.
I think of the two, he was the weaker performance.
I think that's hands down. I think Kevin Costner was doing a Kevin Costner impression.
That's exactly it.
And Woody Harrelson was actually acting.
Kevin Costner as a person is an interesting actor and good one to watch, but it's just that he's done it every single time. It's not bad at all, but it's expected, and it's not.
He's actually really good in Yellowstone, the Tyler Sheridan show. We spoke about that briefly last year.
Yeah, I never finished it.
Me neither, but the first half of the season I watched, he was very good in it.
Yeah. Can I give you the writer and the director's credits? Because I think the other movies that they have written and directed are like fantastic comps to that cookie cutter. Like we're just telling this story.
All right, what have they written and directed?
Okay, so the director of this has also directed The Rookie with Dennis Quaid,
Mm-hmm.
The Alamo with Billy Bob Thornton, The Blind Side, Saving Mr. Banks, The Founder, and Highwaymen.
The Founder. Oh.
The only movie in that I really like was The Founder.
That's the only one where he did something kind of different. Like it was like, whoa,
Yeah.
This movie's like popping.
But those are all good movies.
I agree. I'm just saying like they don't like jump out. Like The Blind Side is as cookie cutter as it comes.
Yep.
And so is The Rookie and The Alamo. I love The Rookie.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I don't think that was cookie cutter. I'll debate you on that one. That one was a good, heartwarming one.
you're taking cookie cutter as a bad thing, and
I understand the formula.
It's definitely like cookie cutter, like not like that. Like he
Disney
just went
movie.
in, he did his job, and there was no like flourishes to it.
Okay, no, I mean I'm not saying it's a bad way either. I just thought that one was a little bit more special. That's all.
And the writer of this movie also wrote Young Guns and Hidalgo and some episodes of Marco Polo.
Young Guns. What was that?
The Western. The Western with Emilio Estevez and brother Martin Sheen or
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah. Anyway, back to this movie. The true life story is crazy. This is the intersection of history that I really like is the Wild West when everything got civilized. Like the Texas Rangers were the Wild West. Like the story that Woody Harrelson tells the kid at one point, like we were just riding around shooting Mexicans and stuff. And now they're highwaymen. That transition in history, that revolution is crazy to me.
Yep. And they said they ran around with they didn't have any leaders, but I mean they did. But the original, like they opened it up saying that they were like wild, they answered to nobody. That was only semi-true. They were just like their own like little army militias running around taking care of business, but they were always like by the law. They were good people. There was just a lot of bad people out there to take care of. So there was no time or no system in place to actually go by the book or do any of that shit. So you had to go and kill people.
And this was also like they also alluded to like when they were younger doing all this, there weren't cars. Like they were riding around on horses.
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy to take Texas Rangers that were on horses
and put them in a car.
Watch their career. I actually think it could have been interesting to have flashbacks.
Yes, I thought that too. When he told that story, I thought maybe if they had like interspersed that story throughout this as like them younger being Rangers,
because the visualness of it would have been so jarring.
Yeah,
100%. I'm with you.
No, but it's also I kind of like the fact that you were that kid and Woody's talking to you and he was a great storyteller. He was very visual with his words, so that you get that experience as the first-hand listener. So it makes I wouldn't mind a flashback by any means. That would be awesome, but I didn't hate it. I thought it was kind of cool.
Or if they did this and they dueled up a famous person that they ran down as Texas Rangers as their young selves, and they paralleled it with Bonnie and Clyde, that would be an awesome movie.
Mhm.
That would be incredible.
So that would be something that would make it a little more like every scene just goes to the next scene. It's cookie cutter. Like if they, but it's a. Who knows if I would have liked it, but I like the idea of it right now. If they were to parallel it.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of options there to kind of like boost this thing up a little bit, without taking anything away from it either.
Yeah.
All right,
Why? Okay. Well, I was going to ask a question. So we
Right.
see Woody Harrelson with his wife and kid, and like they're poor.
That's his
and
daughter and her kid.
Yeah,
a daughter and kid. Oh,
grandson.
they're poor and everything. Kevin Costner doesn't want to take him, and we're led to believe that like Kevin Costner doesn't think highly of him, right?
That's kind of how they like hint at it, and then it's revealed later. It's because he actually really likes him and thinks highly of him. He
and didn't want his life to get ruined by it, right?
Yes.
He had his. I mean, they were like really good friends, but he had his suspicions that he wasn't prepared, and he wasn't going to drag him around if he wasn't prepared. He knew he was a drunk. I'm assuming.
Well, yeah, but at the end of the movie, he tells him like, "That's not why I didn't bring you."
No, I understand that, but I mean, he knows his friend, and he probably. I'm assuming that once the Rangers folded and he had nothing, he probably hit the bottle pretty fucking hard, and Kevin Costner knew that. So, I mean, once you have like 10 years of drinking heavily, your body's fucked up after that. So he's probably like a little weary of how well he was going to be. I mean, obviously, he couldn't hit that sign from 20 feet out with his gun, but he had reason for concern.
Yeah,
that all made
that
sense.
I'm scrubbing through it on Netflix right now, and Dave's whole "this is a dad movie" thing is really, I think you hit the nail on the head, Dave. Because
Up yours.
no, listen.
That's not a bad thing. I just think,
well, when I come in and say I love this movie, and first thing is like, well, it's a dad movie.
No. Listen to this. I'm not even. You're not dad. I'm talking about like my dad.
Like our dad, like your dad.
All right, I'm an old soul, so it makes sense.
When he bought a bunch of guns, and the guy says, "What do you need all this ammo? If you don't mind me asking," and he said, "I don't mind you asking."
And that was it.
And then never actually told him, like, "I don't mind you asking, but I'm not going to answer." That's dad dialogue right there, like the old badass line.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then,
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to share my screen with you, and look at that.
what'd you say?
Yeah.
If I highlighted that one line because I loved it.
Yeah, you're dead.
So
Okay.
Yep, checks out.
And then a couple scenes later, he's chasing the messenger boy, and he's like too old to jump over the fence, and he does it, and it's like this real, like I thought that was a little out of place because we're like slapstick, like dumb dad humor. Oh, I'm so old, I can't chase the kid anymore.
No,
and then they got their payback at the end when they knew about it.
When he's like, "Where were you? You're supposed to cover me. I could have been dead by now. Well, my block, we would have both been dead." Killed me.
I did like the character that knew Bonnie and Clyde. I liked that whole dynamic of this.
Yep.
Where they were like, these aren't your friends. These are terrible people.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the whole cool point of this movie. Like, if you were to say what makes this movie interesting, it's Bonnie and Clyde from a perspective that America never had, because America fell in love with these two idiot, like, not even idiots, these two monsters. And this was from like, we never saw Bonnie and Clyde's face until the end. And I think that moment bumps up my critical score so much, just that moment, because we never saw them. We only knew of them from the highwaymen's perspective, and they're just seeing the bodies and the rubble. They're not reading the headlines and finding out who these people, like how they're so idolized and shit. They're just like on the case, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they say to their friend, she shot him point blank. Like, these aren't your friends. These are monsters. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, when he was like, not only did she shoot him, she turned him over so he could see what was about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
That was the moment I felt like it hit home for that kid.
Yeah, that was a cool moment. I liked that moment. And then I liked when the end, so I'm skipping a lot forward here, when you see Bonnie and Clyde and they're just two young punk kids.
They're kids. They're like 17, 18 years old.
Yep.
No,
they're like mid-20s. But see, they were smaller. Like, people just assumed that they were like big bad criminals. But they made a point to laying the clothes out on the bed to show you. It was like, oh, he's a little girl. It's like, oh, he's a little man. That just it went slightly in the way of disparaging these two, but just by pointing out the facts, it was great, because everyone builds them up to be some heroes, and they don't really realize that this guy Clyde can barely see over the steering wheel.
It's crazy. That moment was really, really wild.
It was nice.
Yeah, it was cool. And then they just unloaded, and the car started rolling.
I had like I knew how they died in real life, but in the moment I was like so sucked into the movie then that I had forgotten. And so when they unloaded on the car, I was like, holy fuck, they're really getting blown away.
And they were taking 0 chances. They
So
unloaded everything they had.
She was 24 and he was 25, or around there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I've seen the bullet hole car before, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I never you don't see those bullet holes and think like, oh, what was actually happening?
You don't imagine there's only 5 guys with guns putting that many bullets in that car, you know?
And when the car rolled through the town, that was nuts.
That was like, that was
or
one
even
of the most
when they
powerful
drove
things.
through the town.
I don't even get it. Why were people like hitting them or touching them?
Well, because it was the middle of the Depression, and these people in Bonnie and Clyde were only robbing from banks.
It wasn't the middle of the Depression. It was post-Depression.
It was 1932. That was the middle of the Depression.
Not Depression ended. Okay. Well,
Depression ended in World War II.
Yeah, it was 1934. It was in the middle of it was the Depression.
I thought Depression ended like 31, 30.
No.
I'm sorry. Clearly wrong. Sorry. But yeah, no, you're dead.
So
right?
that's why it's like all these people are so poor and barely living day to day, and there's still all these big banks out there with tons of money, and that's what Bonnie and Clyde were doing. They were stealing from them
and murdering everyone got in their way. But headlines didn't see that.
Yeah. All the poor people saw was that they were taking money from the banks, and they were like, fuck yeah, the banks took my farm, took my home.
All right, so I made a midway through watching this, I realized how happy this was making me, and I say this a lot. This movie was made for me, so I made a little checklist of things that these boxes that checked off for my likes.
There better be an unchecked box there, otherwise this is a lie.
Well, no, I just was thinking of things that like, oh, that checks a box, that checks a box.
Okay.
So these are the items.
Huge unchecked box. There's no Boston accent.
Well,
it doesn't take place in Boston. That's a huge.
That's a huge one. Ben Affleck's not there. Yep.
Okay, so what boxes did it check off?
All right, so the big boxes. It's a famous crime. Got that. Dual A-list leading men. Big one. Okay. Old time period. I love me some period pieces. Witty humor in a serious moment. Always great. And an unwavering sense of right.
What?
Yeah, no,
that's a shitty checklist.
No, that's the best of big box. Like the theme of he's right no matter what. He's always by the book. I like that.
The point was that he wasn't by the book. Like,
but the overall result was right. He did whatever he had to do to get there.
So the ends justify the means. I'm pretty sure that's what the Nazis said in the
say what you will. Whatever. That's not what I said. All right, the little boxes. These are a little more fun. I need a car chase. Always great. When someone's in awe of new technology, that moment with Woody Harrelson and the repeating back of like wiretaps, hilarious. Got me every time. Wearing a fedora, and bonus points for wearing a fedora was suspenders. Casual gunplay, weird pets, point blank murder.
What weird pets were there?
There was a pig.
Oh yeah, he had a pig in the beginning.
A giant fucking pig, not like a little one either. And then slight alcoholism is always a good little twinge. So yeah, those are my boxes.
Hey,
you gotta use those boxes to judge every movie we do now.
Did you have your boxes? Did you have point blank murder as one of the boxes of the things you like?
Things that get me. Yeah, I do. I'll stand by that. I'm not a fan of it actually happening, but like with that moment, it's intense. It's there's no reason for it. It's just my internal instinct says interesting.
Interesting.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's move on to. Oh, you got something, Dave?
I was just gonna say a scene I really did like though was when they were in the bar with the guy that got furloughed, and Woody Harrelson goes to the bathroom. Because the entire movie, you've kind of been like Sheen said before, is he up to snuff? Can he still do this? And in like 2 seconds, he takes care of all 3 of them. He gets one guy in the toilet, the gun out on the other guys, and that was the moment I was like, oh shit, all right, he's still like, he's not a step behind. He can do this.
Yeah. I was very skeptical of that scene before that happened. Because he goes in there and then the guy is following behind him. I was like, motherfucker, if Clyde walks in behind him, I would have taken points off because they're like, this he's got a magic dick. Every time he pees in public, Clyde shows up. So I was very happy Clyde wasn't there that time.
Okay, nice.
My favorite, I have two big scenes I loved, which was the first time Kevin Costner went to target practice and he just pulls the kids off the little work when they're building the fence.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, it's just think of that happening today. Got old man says, "Hey, come over here. I got a job for you. Throw this bottle in the air. I'm going to shoot at it. Here, take this money. Don't tell anyone." And he walks away. It was in today's world. That's like there's so many no-nos that you couldn't do.
Yeah, there's a lot. A lot of
Lots of
more
no-nos.
seatbelts.
That's true. And then the other one is the buying of the guns. His whole shopping spree. So
Like
casual,
that.
so cool. When he's like clicking, like listening to the chambers go up and down, just like such a pro.
Yeah.
Asking about the bullets. He's like, "You got the half thing or the full?" "Yeah, I'll get them all." What the hell? It's just so flippant. It's awesome.
I like when Woody Harrelson was trying to bribe the Florida cops, and they were like, you shoot this gator with the gun, and they're like, "You better get out of here. We don't take bribes." And he's like, "Good, just the guys I'm looking for then." And I like that, but that's a dad scene.
Yeah, but
Yes.
you know what? A little subtle detail. He didn't have badges. He actually just had his Texas Ranger badge on him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He pulled out an old Texas Ranger badge.
Yeah, he pulled out like an old star
Star,
badge.
yeah.
That's cool.
It's cool detail. I like that.
All right, let's go to our ratings then.
Okay.
This is going to be interesting because I think you're slightly more positive on it, John, than Dave.
I'm
and
high. I'm higher on this than most.
But
think.
I'm interested to see how similar or not similar we feel because the conversation wasn't that contentious at all.
No.
All right, let's go with critical first, and I'm going to give my score first,
Go ahead.
Okay.
and it is at 81.
Very fair.
I think it's good. I don't think it's like amazing. I think it's kind of cookie cutter, like we said, but I liked watching it. 70 felt low. 80 felt a little low, so I did 81.
That's fair. I gave it an 80 for almost the exact same reason. I really liked I enjoyed watching the movie, but I don't know how to describe it. We've been trying to the entire time. It wasn't bad. It never wowed me, and I would have enjoyed watching it more if my dad was here watching it with me.
All right,
Okay.
John.
I'm higher than you guys, which you expected.
Yeah.
You know, I say it every time, I'm more of a story guy, and this was a good story for me. And I went to my trusty little my ranking list, and I wanted to make sure that I placed this appropriately. And I was thinking, well, I need it to be better than Mission Impossible Fallout. I gotta have one more over that. So I'm going with a 91.
Okay.
I know it's a little high, but I don't care because this is my opinion, and it's
No,
okay
yeah,
and different.
yeah. I mean, that's
And we
perfectly fair.
respect each other's opinions,
That's fine. It averages
Yeah.
out. It averages out to an 84. I'm fine with it.
which is fair.
Yeah.
I think that's very fair.
Is this in your top 10 movies now?
It is.
No. Oh yeah, it might be.
I think it's number 10.
2, 3. It's number 9.
Hey, no, I'm okay with that. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Not just like popcorn, but I just liked the experience. I'm going to watch it so many more times. I'll tell you after my 5th watching of it, I'll come back and report and see if
it holds up.
Yeah.
All right, popcorns then. So I'm gonna fucking punch John in for 5 popcorns right away.
Actually, it was 3.
Are you
No, of
serious?
course not. It was fucking 5. Absolutely, it's 5.
Okay. All right. Mine is 3.5.
Mine was also a 3.5.
Wow, Dave, we saw completely eye to
Same
eye.
movie. You guys, can I just do one contest for you guys? You both watched it the same way too. You broke it up into halves, and you watched it while doing other things.
I didn't watch it while doing anything else.
You told us you were wrapping up, "Oh, I'm good to go. The movie's not over yet."
Well, I
So
texted you as the credits were rolling, saying I can record because we had
don't
pushed
back it
back
up.
recording
You said,
for 2 hours.
You said once they got shot, and there was still more after that.
Yeah, the credits and what the real people did.
Whatever you guys did, it's fine. That's what I'm saying. Is there might be a parallel to watching the movie broken up in halves and then your experience with it.
No, I think it was like so easy to follow that I was like, okay, I can do some other
Well, I
stuff.
mean, it's not complex by any means, but I mean, you get in the moment more when you're watching it all the way through.
I got in the
This
moment.
is the first movie I've watched where I broke it up in half, and I only did that because I couldn't finish it last night. I was falling asleep, and I didn't want to miss anything.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you guys missed anything per se. Absolutely not. But just the experience of watching a movie from beginning to end is different than breaking it up into two. That's all.
There might be something to that.
Yeah, whatever. If someone asked me like Highwayman on Netflix, what did you think? I'd say I liked it. You should watch it.
And that's all you can ask.
Yeah. I don't think this makes our top 10 list as a podcast, right?
I hope
Probably not. No.
I don't think so.
So where it falls on our list, though,
Mhm.
is okay. This is interesting. Oh, this is a great comparison. It falls below Slow West, the Western with the big shootout at the end with the salt.
Okay.
And I think that's fair.
Yes, I think we were all much higher on. Well, maybe not Sheehan, but you and I were much higher on that.
Oh, Sheehan was higher. He gave Slow West an 87.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
But First Man.
What is wrong with us?
First Man is an 84. And Dave loved First Man.
I don't think I loved it.
92.
You gave it a 92.
I think I gave it that for like all the technical stuff. If you go back and listen.
Yeah, you tell your rate, Dave. Your rating board is like wow.
All the place.
No, it is not.
Yeah, it is.
It's so on point. What happened to Sheehan 5 minutes ago saying we all respect each other's ratings?
Except yours.
On this episode.
Just this episode.
Buster Scruggs comes in right below it. A couple westerns all surrounding each other.
Pretty good. Like
nice. So Rotten Tomatoes. What do you guys want first? Critics or audience?
Oh, this is an audience movie for sure.
Easily
this like how we said the critics eat us up because it's got a metaphor and other meanings. This does none of that. Critics are going to be like, "That was so stupid." I think critics have it like at a 55.
Sheehan, what do you think?
And I think Kevin Costner's performance wasn't anything special, and critics are going to be like, "Kevin Costner sucked."
Also, it was the first time I really noticed that Kevin Costner dyes his hair.
Huh.
So there's that. I'm going to say 60 because you're right for all those reasons.
It is a 53 critically.
Yeah,
not great.
Audience, what do you think the audience threw at it?
Higher. I'm going to go with 82.
Yeah, maybe 75.
It's at a 79, so right in between you two.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, if anyone wanted a Bonnie and Clyde story, they're pissed off and giving.
Oh, they're definitely disappointed.
Well, I mean, it's whatever. It's not a Bonnie and Clyde movie. I mean, it is. It's a Texas Ranger movie.
But I'm saying the audience score, any idiot can do that. Oh, I wanted fucking Bonnie and Clyde 1 point.
You're right.
So they were lower. So you got to factor in everything.
Also, I blame. You know what? I was kind of hoping would be kind of cool in the beginning when they that the young cop kid was talking how you want to be a shortstop for the Cleveland Indians.
Yeah.
It would have been nice if he said Washington Senators instead.
Why?
Because they became the Texas Rangers. That would have been nice, right?
I mean, for you, because you saw it coming.
Well,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
you know
that would have meant nothing to me.
Well, excuse me for being a dad, I guess.
Yeah, it's your movie. All right, well, thank you guys. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know what your critical and your popcorn score would be. Message us on Twitter at Six Pack Cinema, on Instagram at Six Pack Cinema, sixpackcinemapodcast.com. We'll get you to our rankings and our blog posts and all that stuff. And I think that's about it. Do we have a movie for next Monday?
I'm trying to find the Excel.
He's trying to find the Excel, so we will kill time.
Yep. So we're going to open up pages here. We're not going to talk about it, but we're going to do it.
Dave, what was the better movie, First Man or Green Book?
For what? Like, I think popcorn.
No,
critical.
for any aspect. Any
We're
aspect.
critical. First Man.
Yeah, are you just saying
Fuck
that because
you.
you know you're wrong?
We're not respecting that opinion. First Man only beats it in sound score or soundscape.
No, I think the whole like all of the shots and if you go back, we were all very high on how it was shot and everything.
Dave wants us to watch Pet Sematary. Fuck no.
Oh, I think I put that because it was the only big release coming out next week.
Dave, what was better, The Favorite or Us?
Again, I rated The Favorite highly because critically I think it is better, but like personal enjoyment, not at all. My popcorn on that's like a 1 or something.
What's better, 3 Billboards or First Man?
3 Billboards.
3 Billboards.
Well, not according to you.
But again, I think I gave like more points to like if you go back and listen to the interview, I was like raving about how it was shot with like the claustrophobicness of being in the shuttle, like and I remember you brought up how like the project looked so shitty, and then like as time was going on, it was getting nicer and nicer.
I'm just being a jerk. I mean, you can probably do this with my rankings as well, because I have. You know what? We just didn't really know our rankings for a long time.
Yeah, we weren't keeping track at all.
Yeah, and we were just like throwing numbers out there. Now it's much more organized.
I do gotta love though, Mother at the bottom, 0 popcorn, 13.3 critical.
I am the most favorable critical rater.
Are you?
I know what we should do for next week. We should
That
review.
Is shocking. Well, you have a ton of NAs.
Yeah, we should review American Animals next week.
I love that movie.
Did we figure out if it's streaming somewhere?
We'll find you one.
Okay. Yeah, I'll watch it.
That's a good one. It's a really good one to watch.
Sweet. Yeah, we're doing a throwback movie, kind of.
American Animals, last year's hit.
American Animals. A bunch of college kids that go to rob the most oldest books about birds.
Movie Pass's first big release.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for listening. We will be back again on Friday with Hollywood Headliners, and then Monday with American Animals. See you there.
Awesome.
Love y'all.